Hello everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie. Today's video I wanted to share a plan with me for Gather Round Homeschool's Renaissance and Revival unit, and I am very excited about this. We just wrapped up our second time through with the South America unit and we loved it, and it was really good to see my girls practice some of the skills that they had learned last year. And so this year there's no new skills, we're just we're learning about something new, so yay. The first thing, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, then you have seen me go through some of the things that I do every single time. This time is no different, and so one of the first things that I do is I make a banner, and it is already laminated and ready to go. Oh, my son. Very and quiet on set. But yeah, no, so I made this one. It was a lot of fun to kind of pick and choose different things. And then instead of a map, this time in the back of the teacher's guide, they have a timeline and then things that we can cut out as we're learning, and then the girls can stick them on. So I made a timeline, and I just had a few pictures of different artists, sculptures, buildings, or like architecture, and each of the things that they add will go down here with different characters from the Renaissance that we're learning about, and they'll put that on a timeline. That's very loud, sorry. So that's another thing that I do usually to kind of make it more interactive. I foresee there being a lot more videos. Usually I have videos on YouTube that we watch. I'm foreseeing a lot more movie titles than YouTube video. It kind of depends on what I find as time goes on, but we're also doing IEW, so it kind of depends on the timeline for my purposes to see what we're going to do. So that's another thing to keep in mind when you see what I'm doing. So then the next thing I do is I usually pick out some read alouds, and this this unit has a lot of different read alouds. I'm not reading all the way through two of these, but two of them I will because they're kind of short and sweet. So one of the ones that we're going to be doing is this one. It's all about William Shakespeare and the Globe. It's an illustrated book. My kids still enjoy that, and especially when it's, you know, there's like pictures and then writing and stuff, and then it just talks about, like, shows how life was back then. So we had done Middle Ages last year, and I felt like Renaissance was a good one to do this year. So this one, I feel like there's not tons and tons of writing that I'm going to have trouble getting through that. I might, who knows, we'll see. Another one that we will probably go through is this one, the Pied Piper of Hamelin. And this one I heard about, I think, from Charlotte Mason. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what her channel is. Simply Charlotte Mason, I think. And it was something that I thought would be a good one to share with my girls. The story, this is definitely from Charlotte Mason. They were talking, yes, Simply Charlotte Mason Presents. And this one is written by Lorraine Lampert. Again, talking, just like making... trying to remember what she called it. She called it living books. And so instead of just names and dates and facts, this is like bringing alive. If you have your kids close their eyes, they can picture, because it talks about the smells and so there will just be a few different chapters that we will read that go along with this time period. And then the last one that we're going to do, especially because of October 31st and Reformation Day, I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Yes, I want to say that is. My brain is like, are you sure? This one is, I'm going to be reading a few of his thoughts. They talk about his life in this one as well, but it also has, his own words. So these are Luther's own words as well, and so I felt like that was an important thing to include around the time frame of Halloween and October 31st. Okay, so then I pick a few books that I give my kids, or I chat with them about what they want to read for an assigned reader. And with that, my youngest daughter, she still has the, what do you call it now, my brain? Let me see if I can spy it. No, it looks like she has it somewhere else. But it's from, putting me on the spot, brain work. It's, I'm going to link it down below because my brain is not remembering at all. It's going to come to me in like 2 minutes and then I'm going to be like, Anyway, she has this thing that she does 10 of the half pages from the Not Consumed Ministries. That's right. Her All About Reading book. I will leave it linked so that I don't know if it's called All About Reading. I think that's a different program. But it's Not Consumed Ministries, has a book report type books, and she does 10 of those per book that I assign her. And I'm assigning her the Who Was Galileo book. I gave her a choice between this one and Da Vinci, and I thought about giving her the Da Vinci one as well because they're not very thick, but I also know we're going to be doing IEW as well, and so I don't want to overwhelm her. And then I talked with my other daughter, Inara, who's in grade 9, and this introduces the kids to Shakespeare. And so with my daughter getting into the almost teenagerhood, high school age is what I'm trying to say, I bought a whole lot of these, and you'll see it in my book haul. But I asked her what she wanted to read, and I gave her a couple of options, and she ended up picking these 3. And then what she's going to do is write a letter to William Shakespeare about one of these books in the style of the IEW that she does so very excited about this, having her. I think she's like, I want to tell her because she picked these ones. I picked Much Ado About Nothing because that's one of my favorites, mainly because I liked the movie. I was bummed that I didn't get Merchant of Venice. I thought I had that one as well. That's another one of my favorites. But she likes dark things. She knows Romeo and Juliet both die, and she knows Macbeth is like murder, murder, stab, stab. So I'm like, the great news is that she is in a book club right now with some friends, and a high school teacher is kind of overseeing it, and she's teaching them how to like write for the diploma exams from these. So I'm really excited about like having her expand that knowledge, and if she reads these, then she's done essentially reading any of the books that she needs. So win-win, win-win, win-win. So the next part of this is I've been looking forward to this unit for a while. I think I've had it on my list for like 2 years. And so I was purchasing a couple of books whenever I could find them on bookoutlet.ca. And now that I'm doing it, I'm looking at it and going, I may have overdone it a little bit. So some of them might not make it to our magazine rack because I'm not sure if any of my children are going to read some of these because they're massive. But I know their father, when he gets back into reading, hopefully soon, that he might be interested in a lot of these. So this one is Peter Ackroyd, and he is talking about the Tudors, which is a part of that time and space. Michelangelo, a book all about his life and the art that he created. This one is How Science Taught Leonardo da Vinci How to Paint. So again, amazing. These ones are just so pretty. They're so pretty. So The Art of the Renaissance, Rome, Artists and Patrons of the Eternal City. And they just show, like, they have lots and lots of paragraphs, but also lots of gorgeous pictures. I'm trying to get you out of the line of my light. Yeah, there's the Sistine Chapel, I believe. Yes, Sistine Chapel. Woohoo! I'm right. But it just, there's a lot in it. And then I in the same printing, like they're the same, like just gorgeous, gorgeous books that I might choose to decorate with one day. Even their spines are less beautiful, but they're there. This one is The Art of the Northern Renaissance, Courts, Commerce, and Devotion. And again, like what they have is the church panels and statues and all of the things. Yeah, just gorgeous book. Another one that I was happy to get, and this one is beautiful on the inside and the outside, so I'll show you, but it actually is printed on there as well, so the dust jacket can come off. But it is this one, Renaissance Masterpieces of Art, and it's got this one on the back, and just double check, yes, it's on the back. But just gorgeous, gorgeous pictures, and then all of the paintings that are there. So this one will definitely be shown to my girls and put in the rack. Art of the Western World from Ancient Greece to Postmodernism. So this one is less specific, but they still have the art on the inside that includes Renaissance paintings and stuff, and then lots of text to read. This one is our Leonardo's Art Workshop. So this one can teach your kids to do experiments, projects, and exploration in this book inspired by Leonardo da Vinci. So that's kind of a fun one. Trying to find something. Yeah, just little projects and stuff that they can do. This one is the one that I'm talking about, might not make it into the thing. Didn't realize how massively thick some of these books were. So Fatal Discord, Aramis, Luther, and the Fight for the Western Mind. So he's arguing that Luther kind of took over in history, and he is suggesting that Aramis was just as important, and if you don't know who that is, that's exactly what he's talking about, and you should know everything there is to know about Aramis. And it also has some beautiful drawings. I always share this book whenever we're talking about history and what we think we know about history. I love this book. This was also a Simply Charlotte Mason suggestion, and I love, love, love this book because it's about individuals in the future coming back and trying to articulate what our lives were like based on what they see in the ground hundreds of years from now, and their conclusions are hilarious. And the reason why I share this book with my children is because I want them to know that when we say we know for sure this, that, or the other thing, what is the evidence that they have for it? Let's make sure that they actually know for sure and they're not just misguided, I guess. But this one is quite humorous and funny, and so we've already read this book, but I always like to pull it out at the very beginning of a history lesson and say we have to make sure that we are using our brains to make sure that we are not just following what the crowd says just because. Another book is, this is Leonardo da Vinci, and the painter has the universe in his mind and hands. So this one has some pretty awesome drawings. I thought about giving this one to Sienna as a read aloud, but the type is quite small and I did not want her to feel overwhelmed. But again, they make sure that they share all of the pictures, and so I might pull this out when we do the Leonardo lesson, Leonardo da Vinci lesson. So here's that Who Was Leonardo da Vinci book. The famous men of the Renaissance and Reformation. This book, again, is very much talking about the architecture and the artists and who these individuals were. I'm trying to find another. There's family trees of the Medici family. All that kind of stuff. So, and then the kings and various other ones. So, yeah, William Tyndale is in here as well. So there's a lot of information there. I got this one, The Prince and the Pauper. It's about Edward Tudor, and I was thinking about giving this one to Inara, but it's not on her list for the book club, so I felt like I don't want her, like if she wasn't interested in it, and like I said, she picked 3 William Shakespeare's, so I'm like, no problem. This one, you may have seen in my artist unit. I pulled it out again because it's a sketchbook, and Learn the Art of Drawing with the Master. And we didn't actually utilize this book. We didn't actually draw in it, and so I felt like it can still be a part of our, but the blank pages are supposed to be for the purpose of practicing along with the little baby, with Leonardo da Vinci. So this one will go in there as well. Now this is my Shakespeare haul. You saw 3 of them already. I like, for my own, from my past when I was in high school, Shakespeare was not my favorite until I got to a place where I could understand him. So reading it in class, I'm like, no idea what y'all are saying. Like 0, not a nothing. And I didn't have the benefit of watching a movie, so I knew kind of what was going on or the context. So that's one of the benefits I'm giving my daughter, is that she will watch the movies for these if I can find good ones that aren't too crazy and I can't like fast forward a few parts. But I wanted to make sure that they had these versions of where they have, and I'll show you. So they'll have the Shakespeare version and then how we would speak it. So, now knock when I bid ye, sirrah villain. And then it says in our version, next time maybe you'll knock when I tell you, punk kid. So it just makes it so that when you're reading Shakespeare, you're not like, huh? Like, what? I don't understand. So all of these I got in this style, and it's Sparks Notes No Fear Shakespeare. And I got these all on bookoutlet.ca for like a couple of dollars. Like, that's why I bought all of them that they had, was because I wanted to make sure that I had as many as they needed, so that when they get to doing Shakespeare in school, it's not overwhelming. So I have Taming of the Shrew, Julius Caesar, The Winter's Tale, Midsummer Night's Dream, Hamlet, and Othello. And the books that she got were Romeo and Juliet, Much Ado About Nothing, and Macbeth. And I have to find the Merchant of Venice. That's the other one that I need to find. But that is it, folks. That is my plan with me for Gather Round Homeschool's Renaissance and Revival. I hope that gives you guys some ideas if you're planning on doing this unit anytime soon. And I hope you're having a lovely fall. Prayers going out to any of my viewers who are from Florida or the southern states that were hit by Helene. Lots of prayers for that. So we'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.